Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors Stephen Curry top 2 favorite three-pointers of legendary career. Stephen Curry has made a living out of breaking his opponents' hearts with one three-point dagger after another. The Golden State Warriors star elicits fear whenever he's around the perimeter like no other player in history, as he could get hot in a hurry and turn the game on its head rather quickly. Curry has been at the top of his game for around 13 years now, and he has made his fair share of iconic three-pointers. But two three-pointers in particular stand out for the Warriors star. In an interview with Under Armour Basketball during his tour in China, Curry named his two personal favorite three-pointers of his illustrious career. 4 threes in a row to close out the gold medal game. And then that last one, which was kind of a ridiculous shot even by my standards. So all that to say, it's like top 2 for sure. I think the OKC game, even though it wasn't a championship game, it was still kinda one of the Mike Breen double bang. Just a loud shot in our rise as a team. But I'd say the Golden Dagger is up there. Top 2, Curry said. 4 threes in a row. Then that last one, which was kind of a ridiculous shot even by my standards, I think the OKC game it's still kinda one of the Mike Breen double bang. Steph Curry ranks his top 2 Golden Dagger shots. Indeed, it's difficult to argue otherwise. Those are 2 of the most memorable three-pointers of Stephen Curry's career, which is incredible come to think of it given how many he has made over his career. Of course, his barrage of three-pointers during the gold medal game against France in the 2024 Paris Olympics will live long in the memory. With France knocking on the door, Curry took over late in the fourth and made 4 straight triples. He started things off with a triple over Gershon Yabusele, followed it up with a step back on Nicolas Batum and then kept it going with a step to the left tray against Nando de Colorado. But the difficulty level on his 4th three is simply ridiculous. Despite facing a double team, Curry uncorked an off-balance three going to his right and swished the ball home, prompting a well-warranted night-night celebration to seal the gold for Team USA. And then the three heard around the world back in 2016 against the Oklahoma City Thunder remains insane to this day. No one other than Curry would have the audacity to pull up from near the half-court line with the game on the line and have the skill to make the shot. Curry has a few more years still to add to his laundry list of iconic three-pointers. But it will be very difficult for the Warriors star to top the 2 he mentioned. As Stephen Curry showed when he represented Team USA in the 2024 Paris Olympics, he still has plenty of gas left in the tank. Thus, it's imperative for the Warriors to put Curry in the best position to succeed moving forward as he continues his search for ring number 5. But given how loaded the Western Conference is, the Warriors may encounter some difficulties in their quest to make the postseason. They will need Draymond Green to keep his cool and Andrew Wiggins to return to his 2022 form at the minimum to be a contending team. Moreover, they will need Brandon Podziemski and Jonathan Kuminga to take major leaps. Dub Hub, Steph Curry receives massive reception in China for his Curry Brand Tour. While the 2024 Paris Olympics perfectly showcased Steph Curry's brilliance on the court, it also highlighted how much of a global icon he is off the court. His worldwide popularity was further highlighted as Curry arrived in China on Tuesday for the start of his 2024 Curry Brand Tour. The Golden State Warriors superstar was welcomed with a massive reception, with fans lining the streets, taking pictures, and cheering as he made his way through the crowd. Curry and fellow Curry brand ambassador De'Aaron Fox are in China to promote their new signature shoes. Curry will be revealing new colorways for the Curry 12s, while Fox debuts his first signature shoe with the brand. For more on this and other news around the NBA, here is our latest news roundup for Wednesday, September 11th. How did you leave it with the guys who didn't play so much, specifically Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton? Those guys were all great. Jason handled things so well. Then obviously it became a media subject, but he couldn't have handled it better. Tyrese, same thing. Every game was different. And we talked about that from the first night. 12 superstars and probably only 9 can play consistent minutes. They handled themselves really professionally and pulled for each other. I couldn't be prouder of them all. This may seem like a bit of a low ranking for superstar point guard Stephen Curry. After all, he's coming off third-team All-NBA honors, just one clutch player of the year, was an all-star and put up over 26 points and 5 assists per contest on 40.8% shooting from three. But despite his impressive production, the Golden State Warriors missed the playoffs for the second time in the last 4 seasons. Plus, Curry's next season will be his age 36 campaign, so if we project a slight drop-off for the former 2-time league MVP and progression from other promising young point guards like Halliburton and Brunson, Curry's place on this ranking starts to make more sense. Even so, we expect Curry to remain among the elite of the position in 2024-25 and challenge for All-NBA honors once more. We just think that the next campaign might be a bit of a passing of the guard season in the point guard hierarchy in the NBA. Lakers could have interest in 4-time All-Star center, NBA cap expert. If the Los Angeles Lakers do not want to take back Zach LaVine's monster contract, the other former NBA All-Star player on the Chicago Bulls roster could be an alternative trade option, according to Bleacher Report's salary cap expert Eric Pincus. The Lakers could have an interest in Nikola Vucevic, Pincus wrote on September 10. The 33-year-old Montenegrin center has 2 more seasons left on his 3-year, $60 million deal compared to LaVine's $137 million over the next 3 seasons. With Vucevic generating zero trade market, along with LaVine, per the Chicago Sun-Times, the Lakers should pounce on the opportunity to add size and shooting to their frontcourt without giving up their 2 future first-round picks. The Lakers have the expiring salaries of D'Angelo Russell and either Christian Wood or Cam Reddish to match Vucevic's $20 million this season. While Vucevic is not the bruising type of big man Lakers rookie coach J.J. Redick wanted, the veteran center can space the floor and slide Anthony Davis to his preferred power forward position. Vucevic's three-point shooting dipped last season, but he recently told Substack's NBA insider Mark Stein that he's worked more with former Phoenix Suns assistant coach Nenad Trajkovic to correct his outside shot. The Bulls' 2-time All-Star center shot just 29.4% from deep last season, his lowest since the 2015-16 season. I worked on it a lot over the summer, trying to see if there was something as far as my mechanics that I didn't do well, or what was going on from that standpoint, Vucevic told Stein. I think there's some things that I could have done better, so I worked on it, a lot of reps as always. I'm sure at some point last year I was also overthinking shots and so, shots that I would normally make, when you start thinking too much you start missing those as well. Vucevic attributed last season's shooting woes to a mix of things and overthinking. Despite his outside shooting dip, Vucevic still averaged 18.0 points per game with 10.5 rebounds. Over the summer it went well and hopefully it continues to go well, Vucevic told Stein. It's a big thing, obviously, because nowadays as a big man, if you can step out and shoot threes at a good percentage, it changes everything for you and the team and everybody. So it's definitely something I want to make sure I improve. Vucevic shot 40% from deep in his final year in Orlando and 38.8% during his first season with the Bulls in 2020-21. Redick made it known he wants a big bruising man next to Davis to slide him to his preferred power forward position. You certainly have to look at what I think is actually a very good roster, a very balanced roster, Redick said in an interview with Justin Turman and Eddie Johnson on SiriusXM NBA Radio on July 12. We'd love to, we tried, but we'd love to, at some point, get another 5-man, a big bruising 5-man. You look at the Western Conference right now, whether it's Denver, Minnesota, OKC with what they added, certainly Memphis, they're going to be back in the hunt, they added Zach Edey, certain matchups in the playoffs, you're going to need a lot of size. While Vucevic is more of finesse than a bruiser, the 6'10", 260-pound center has held his own against Nikola Jokic, the measuring yardstick among all NBA big man and the Lakers' biggest thorn over the last 2 seasons. In 13 career games against Vucevic, Jokic averaged just 15.8 points per StatMuse, which is 5 points lower than his career average and 11 points below his scoring norm last season. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Nick Young? Leave your opinion in the comments.